Hey guys, and welcome back to About Skin. Now, a lot has happened in the skincare world in 2022, particularly when it comes to skincare ingredients. Certain previous holy grail skincare ingredients have kind of fallen out of favour, whilst new ingredients have come into our consciousness, and other unsung heroes are finally getting the love and attention they deserve. I thought I'd put all of this together in a video for you today, ranking some of the most popular, upcoming, and maybe less popular skincare ingredients as we enter into 2023. So, sit back, relax, and let's rank skincare ingredients. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know any other ingredients you would like some more information on. I want to look at some more ingredient-specific reviews as we come into 2023, so any feedback that you guys have would be much appreciated. Let me know in the comments section below. I want to get this message out there loud and clear to everybody so we can kind of get ahead of the trends in skincare, which is what it's all about. So, best way to help me to do that is by reaching down and giving this video a thumbs up and a like. The more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes it on its platform. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, I've got a lot to get through in this video, so let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, let's kick things off with the positive vibes first. Those skincare ingredients that are moving on up, growing in popularity, and we're going to hear a lot more of in 2023. Well, let's start with oat. Oat is nothing new in skincare. It's been around for quite some time, but it's really belonged to a niche set of brands that kind of used oat as their standout ingredient. I'm thinking primarily of like Aveeno, which a lot of us might have heard of, and had oat in just about every single one of their products. I think this is an ingredient that's going to explode out of just those niche brands to be in the collection of just about every skincare brand around. Recently, we've seen a lot more oat-based skincare options on the market, and I think this is really good. Oat can calm, soothe, reduce inflammation in the skin, and I think whilst it doesn't have many treatment benefits beyond like irritation and redness, it can actually prevent certain things from happening. If our skin is super inflamed and irritated, it's more likely to hyperpigment. So if you can keep everything in equilibrium using things such as oat to calm and soothe, then I think the rest of your skincare routine is just going to work that little bit better for you because it's not constantly having to fight through that irritation in order to deliver you great benefits. I'm a huge advocate of oat-based skincare, and I'm going to be delighted to see so many new oat products available in 2023. Purito just launched one that seems to be getting a lot of hype, so maybe that's one to check out before we have some other options on the market. But look out for your oat fix in skincare in 2023. Second up is Retinal. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you're already going to be ahead of the game because I've been fangirling about Retinal for the past like 6 months. The reason this has become so popular is certain studies have been released that show that over-the-counter Retinal is much more effective than over-the-counter retinol. They're one letter different between the two, but actually they work in a totally different way. Retinal is actually closer to the retinoic acid our skin needs to deliver anti-aging benefits. It goes through fewer conversions, which means actually it's going to be much more effective because it loses less of its potency. It's also, these studies have shown, much better tolerated on most skin types. So if you've reached for an over-the-counter retinol, got a lot of sensitivity, redness, and irritation, switching to a Retinal might eliminate some of that. I mean, I realise why this is going to be so popular because when you're promoting something that's going to be more effective and less irritating, like what's not to love about that? And I covered in a recent video my favourite Retinal serums. There's still very few on the market, but if you want to get ahead of this trend, ahead of the curve, check out that video which is linked up there because that's got some of the best recommendations. And this is an ingredient that used to be really expensive to get your hands on, but now there's some great drugstore options. Now, third and final in the moving on up category is Kojic Acid. So Kojic Acid has been around like oat for quite some time, but it's again just been a really niche ingredient that's only available in a couple of serums and treatments. Because of recent regulations around hydroquinone, which used to be like the gold standard when it came to tackling hyperpigmentation, but is now banned in a lot of countries of the world, including the US, a lot of people are looking for alternatives, and the most effective alternative to hydroquinone is Kojic Acid. It actually is one of the most effective pigment correctors, eating away that poor pigment hyperpigmentation and helping to even out the complexion. The best thing about Kojic Acid is it's much better tolerated and has far fewer side effects than hydroquinone did. Because of that rebound hyperpigmentation that a lot of people experience with hydroquinone, that was one of the key reasons why regulators started to severely restrict it. You don't have the same restrictions with Kojic Acid. Tolerated by most skin types, delivers you relatively quick results, and is definitely one that I'd keep your eye out for in 2023. When it came to creating my own hyperpigmentation treatment, which is this, the About Skin, the Perfect Blend Exfoliating Gel, I wanted to combine some of my favourite exfoliating acids with a really good dose of Kojic Acid. I definitely think the hype around Kojic is fully justified, which is why I included it in my serum. I use this a couple of times a week and my skin is definitely more even than it used to be, and I definitely have less issue with hyperpigmentation from my acne scarring than I used to have before reaching for Kojic Acid. If you want to know a little bit more about this ingredient, again, covered it in a separate video, which I'll leave a link to up there. If you want to get your hands on this or any of the other products mentioned today, they are all linked in the description box below. But in 2023, keep your eye out for Kojic Acid, oat and retinal, the 3 skincare ingredients that are going to explode in popularity, and I think in all 3 instances I'm definitely happy they are. When it comes to the opposite side of the coin, those skincare ingredients that are going to be reducing in popularity in 2023, we might see far fewer products that contain these, and a lot of us might start to move away from them in our skincare routine. These are all like household names and ingredients that you probably all have been using in your skincare routine for quite some time. I'm going to talk through why I think sometimes the shine has come off these ingredients and whether I'll continue to use them in 2023. Kicking things off with niacinamide. Well, niacinamide was kind of a victim of its own success. It's a really good ingredient if used in moderation, but because it became so popular, brands put this ingredient in everything in our skincare routine, and as a result we overdid it. We all overused niacinamide, so we got the redness, the peeling, the irritation, so everyone said, right, it's a bad ingredient, I'm going to move away from it completely. So now we've kind of gone full circle with people actively avoiding niacinamide. I think actually in truth, like everything in skincare, in moderation, this is a wonderful ingredient. The studies have shown that using it in a 2 to 5% concentration will help minimise hyperpigmentation, regulate oil levels and boost the barrier function of the skin. Those are all really great benefits. So why do brands constantly formulate with 10, 15, 20% concentrations that are just too high? I would say niacinamide, like I say, is a victim of its own success, but if you still want to use this ingredient in a skincare routine, and I will be throughout 2023, reach for something in a 2 to 5% concentration, use it infrequently, a couple of times a week, and you'll get all those great benefits with no risk of side effects. Another ingredient reducing in popularity this year are going to be ceramides. CeraVe popularized ceramides in skincare and they exploded in the last 3 years, with just about every brand formulated with ceramides infused moisturizers, sunscreens, serums, cleansers, you name it, you could get a ceramide in it. However, I think, again, similar with niacinamide, we overdid it. People started to believe that ceramides could cure every single issue in your skin and that they were the key success to your reaching your skin goals. They're not. They're a wonderful addition to a skincare routine that can help prevent transepidermal water loss, hydrate the skin, improve the barrier function, and really be a preventative ingredient that's going to minimize any dryness in the future. I'm fully on board with ceramides, but I think just a small amount in your moisturizer is all you need. You don't need to over ceramide because, again, it's not a benign ingredient. You can overdo it and cause sensitivity and irritation, and you might just be underwhelmed with the results that you're going to get. Set your expectations right with ceramides. They will deliver some meaningful hydration. They will help with barrier support in the long term, but they're not going to be the key to the successful completion of all your skin goals like some brands would have you believe. I detailed ceramides and the myths that surround them in a recent video, which I'll link up there. So if you're thinking of moving away from ceramides, watch that video first. You'll understand a little bit more about what they can and can't do, and I think setting your expectations right is key to this ingredient. People having overblown expectations is the reason why a lot of people are now moving away from ceramides, and I think that's a shame because there is a place for them in your skincare routine. Finally, let's talk vitamin C's. So vitamin C's were once believed to be like a non-negotiable in your skincare routine. Everyone needed to have one if you ever had a hope of reaching your skin goals. In truth, vitamin C's, like everything other step in your skincare routine, is optional. They give great benefits, but there are some risks and some side effects that you need to be aware of. I think because people just blindly went in, bought the first vitamin C on the market, slapped it on the skin, they got a lot of irritation, redness, peeling, sensitivity, and so a lot of people, because of those negative interactions with the ingredient, have now done away with it. You'll see a lot of people online talking about how they no longer reach for vitamin C and some of the better alternatives. Of course, it is just one antioxidant, one pigment correcting ingredient. There are lots of other ones out there, but vitamin C is a really, really high quality ingredient, and I think one of the most powerful antioxidants on the market. So if you're thinking of abandoning this ingredient in 2023, because you've heard a lot of people saying the hype's over, move on, I would say don't necessarily move on before you've done your research. If your skin is very sensitive to vitamin C, reach for a vitamin C derivative, much better tolerated, same great results in the long term. If you feel that you're reaching for a product that's no longer in your budget, it's too expensive, expensive, there are some great affordable vitamin C's on the market. You don't need to overpay. So I think finding the right vitamin C for your individual skin's needs is crucial, and I kind of documented how to do this properly in a recent shorts video, which I'll link up there. It's 1 minute long, but it tells you everything you need about choosing the right vitamin C for you. Yes, vitamin C will become less popular in 2023, but I would definitely think twice before removing it from your skincare routine. Maybe just mixing it up, trying a different product, strength, or derivative might actually give you all the results you need and minimize some of the negatives you're experiencing. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of the movers and shakers in the skincare ingredients world. As with everything, things go in cycles. Certain ingredients will be popular 1 minute and fall out of popularity the next. What I wanted to capture in this video is my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the ingredients you're going to be seeing a lot more of and a lot less of in 2023 to help you make the right decision for your own skincare routine. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, reach down and give it a thumbs up. But thank you so much for all the love, kindness, and support you've shown me throughout 2022. Genuinely, it means the world to me. And wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.